Hi. Okay, so it's Sunday night, and didn't really have a very eventful week. Monday, I just did school, and then I went to Taekwondo that night. Tuesday, I went to school, and then I came home, and I didn't really do anything. I just went out and got a pizza. I know it's bad. And ate the pizza at home and just kind of chilled and watched movies and stuff. Sorry about my hair. It's just kind of a mess today. I don't feel like fixing it. We had Wednesday off, which was really fun. Happy birthday to my mom, by the way. Let's see, Wednesday I slept in, which I do every day, but yeah. Slept in, and then I went to lunch with Zilka and a new girl, and we just kind of walked around for a little bit, and I saw the cutest cat, and that'll be in the end of the video. It was like white with like the bluest eyes ever. It was adorable. And so now I really want a cat, although I have two at home, but I want a Korean cat. Yeah, and then I went to see The Hunger Games, which is really fun. It was so good. Like my favorite part of the movie, my favorite part of the book wasn't in the movie, but that's kind of okay because it may have ruined it anyway, so I'm okay with that. So I can't wait for the second and third movie because I know they're gonna make it. Thursday, I went to school. I only have 2 classes on Thursday, so that's kind of nice. I've been having issues with my 4th graders, like talking so much. And I have like one kid in there that like, he's like the lowest level kid, and he just wants to turn around and he just wants to talk the entire time. And so I've been getting really frustrated with my 4th graders and like wanting to beat my head against the wall. So I walked in, and there was like at orientation, we had this guy named Peter talk to us, and he told us one of his discipline strategies was to put a box onto the board, and if they get 3 X's in the box, like if they mess up 3 times, then they have to do some type of disciplinary action. Like I told them they'd have to hold their backpacks up above their head because physical discipline's still available in Korea. And so I was like, okay, listen. And they were all like, because I'd like never been mean to this class before, but I was just so sick of it. So I was like, listen. And so I drew a box on the board, and they're like, box? Like they were trying to guess what I was doing. I was like, no, shh. And they were like, okay. And I was like, talk, X. Hit, X. Not listen, X. And so like I drew 3 X's in the box, and I was like, if you get 3 X's, and I picked up a girl's backpack, and I was like, you hold backpack above your head. And they were all like, and I was like, yeah. So I erased the X's, but I left the box up there, and and so there's this one point where the same kid who always talks was talking, and so I put an X in the box, and they were like, and they like turned around, and they were like, sit down, and I was like, right, exactly. And so they only got to 1 X, so I'm going to keep putting that box on the board and see if it helps. Let's see, Thursday night, and then what else did I have? I had 6th graders. 6th graders, they're getting better. They're getting more talkative, so that's nice. So on Thursday, and by the way, my mentor teacher taught me how to make the boxes that the girls gave me last week. I can't really remember, but I know the process now, so maybe it'd be a little bit easier. Okay, so on Thursday, I asked my kids, I gave them this comic strip, and it's a comic strip from Arthur, and it has Buster. I can't remember the dog's name, but Buster tells the dog, hey, let's play hide and go seek. And so the dog counts, and then the dog turns around, and it goes to find Buster. Because I'm teaching sequencing, like first, second, first this happened, second this happened. So yeah, that's what happened. And then they had 3 spaces, and they had to continue the cartoon and get up in front of the class and tell what happened. So this one was the girls, and the dog ran into the tree. She erased it a little bit, but he ran into the tree, And then he's like, oh, I hit the tree. And he passed out. And then Buster came and like took a marker and drew all over him while the dog was passed out. Okay. And then this one, the dog is being tortured by the rabbit. Ah! And it's like, you don't help me. I'm only, and then they finished, and then they didn't get to finish their own. And then, let's see. This one is the 3rd grader who is just really smart and like is already pretty much fluent. Hers is, I'm giving up, Buster. Where are you? And he's like, here I am. And he's like, Buster! The only dog that didn't get beat up or killed. Okay. This one, my personal favorite. Buster's hiding. See the rabbit? It's in here. And a hunter comes and kills the rabbit. And he's like, I'm hunting you, rabbit. And then he eats the rabbit. Notice the barbecue with the rabbit on the barbecue. And he's like, yummy. And then the dog is so sad that he kills himself. And this is the dog and Buster in heaven with halos. Yeah. And then this one, Buster's off trying to find the rabbit. And he comes across a boy. And notice the boy's eyes are kind of squinting. And the boy's like, oh, kick the dog. And he killed the dog. And here's the dog's grave. And it says dog die. And the rabbit is happy because his dog's dead. Yeah, I teach these kids. I really can't say anything more than that. Yeah. So anyway, so Thursday after that really strange thing, whatever you want to call it, I went to Taekwondo and did Taekwondo. Woo! And then Garrett Silken and I, we stopped by Family Mart. Korea has no open container law, so we just stopped by Family Mart and I got a KGB, which is like a hard mics. And we went to and sat in front of my school on the playground and just drank a bottle of KGB. Yeah. And then I went home. And then Thursday I went up and I went to school, and with my 2nd graders, I did this this train worksheet, and oh no, I misplaced it. And like they had to just had like all the letters and stuff, and so they had to like trace the letters and then color in the train. And that was a lot of fun. And like some of the kids were like done like really fast, and so I went on YouTube and I just got some Tom and Jerry videos. They loved it. They were like cracking up. They were, yelling, and they were talking in English, which is the best part. This is my 2nd graders. And they're just loving Tom and Jerry, even though there's like no real like talking. Like it was so funny. They were just in love with it. And then my 6th graders, we played Apples to Apples, and they got the gist of it, but they had a hard time with a lot of the words. So I think what I might do is just starting like a running vocabulary list where like I introduced a few new words each time that come from the Apples to Apples game. Yeah. And then Friday, I didn't do anything that night. And then Saturday, I went up and went to the Strawberry Festival, which was out in Nonsan. So I went and I had to buy my own ticket, which I was kind of scared about, but it was okay. But I before I left, I took this freeze frame, and so I went up to the lady, and I was just like, Hannah? She's like, okay. And so she gave me a ticket, and so I went there, and I met so many of the G6 peeps. Peeps? I don't know why I just said that. Not that ghetto. Yeah, and so that was a lot of fun, like seeing people that I hadn't seen since orientation. Like I was like, oh my god, like running up and like hugging everybody. It was a lot of fun. And yeah, it got really hot. Really, really hot. So that sucked. Like I was like in a hoodie because it was cold in Boryong, but when I got to Nonsan, it was hot. And then yeah, so we went to the festival, and they had like all this festival, like all this strawberry stuff, so that was cool. And then like the G6 actually went to like a strawberry farm, and we got to go in to where it was like pesticide free, and we got to pick as many strawberries as we could eat and just there and eat them, and they were so sweet. Oh my gosh, they were so good. Like, it was amazing. And then we got to bring home like this little tiny thing of strawberry jam. And then we went back to the festival. I was tired. I was hot. You know what? I did go out Friday night. That was the reason. I stayed out way too late Friday and had too much kiwi soju. And so, like, I don't know. Like, I don't get sick, but I was just like exhausted and I was just really tired. Meaning the same thing. Not making sense today, but that's okay. Yeah, so after we got back to the festival, I went and I caught a bus back home. And I knew it was like a straight shot and then turn, but I wasn't exactly sure where. So I stopped and I asked like these four, like they looked like they were maybe like middle school, freshman, sophomore maybe. And I had my friend Zoka sent me how to say bus terminal in Hangul, and so I showed it to them, and they were like, come with. So like they took me all the way there. Just another example of how nice Korea is. Yeah, so I took a picture of them. They'll be in there. I'm gonna call them a little entourage. So I got home Saturday. I just went straight home, and I got some makeup. I stopped by. I've decided that I'm gonna try the Korean way and wear makeup, which is kind of the American way too, but maybe try and fit in a little bit more at my school. Not that I don't fit in, but I'm definitely like, oh, the foreigner. Yeah, so I guess we'll see how the makeup thing goes. I'm just not that kind of girly person. And I actually bought some Korean shirts. I figured out my size, and it is a common size, so now I can actually get shirts here in town. There's just not a whole lot that maybe, like, the arms aren't as long. So I did this morning. I got the okay from Jake. I ordered a lot of stuff off Forever 21, and they're gonna ship it to him, and then he's gonna turn around and ship it back to me. So hopefully in like 2 weeks I'll have a larger variety of clothes and actually shirts that aren't just like plain and boring. Yeah, so that's basically all I've done today. All I've done this week. I hope you enjoyed the video. I miss and love everybody back home. I'm starting to get a little bit of my culture shock, I think. So this is my analogy for being a foreigner in Korea, okay? It's like being an outside dog. They're gonna feed you, they're gonna come outside and play with you, and they're gonna love you, but you'll never know what it's truly like to be inside. Yeah. So had a little bit of a rough week in terms of like just missing home and everything. So anyway, alright, well, I love y'all. I'm gonna quit while I'm ahead because I can't talk right now. My name is Allison and I teach English. Alright, I love y'all back home. See y'all later. Bye. Okay, real quick. I don't have enough time to put all my pictures and videos, so this is just going to be the one with me talking about everything, and then I'll put up a second one that has all the videos and pictures from this week. Okay, I love y'all. Bye.